the early 60s, Dinesh Shahra introduced and encouraged soya bean cultivation in Madhya Pradesh on a commercial scale, which triggered a soya revolution. Ruchi Soya is today the largest player in the country in soya foods, edible palm oils and processed foods. It is the flagship company of Ruchi Group, which started operating in 1972. Two of Ruchi Soya's strongest brands, Nutrela and Ruchi Gold, are category leaders. The company has also acquired palm oil plantations. Ruchi Soya has now crossed sales of 10,000 crores. The late Dinesh Shahra has 4 sons, of which Kailash Shahra, the eldest, is the chairman of Ruchi Soya, and Dinesh Shahra, the youngest, is the managing director. The other 2 brothers, Suresh and Santosh, are not in Ruchi Soya. Dinesh Shahra's daughter Amrita, the eldest of 4, works in business development and is spearheading Ruchi Infrastructure, another listed company. Her brother Sarvesh works in brands. Ankesh Shahra is to be inducted in the business, and Amisha Shahra is still in school. It's not every day that I come to Indore, but what's brought me here today, the brother-sister duo, Amrita and Sarvesh Shahra, the 3rd generation of Ruchi Soya, the largest edible oil processor in the country, and last time I checked, their turnovers were over 12,000 crore rupees. Guys, thanks so much for joining us, Amrita and Sarvesh Shahra. Amrita, let's start with you. How many years have you spent in the company? What brought you here?
I have been working in the company for over 8 to 9 years, and I have been working here since I graduated from college. I handle the business development now since the past 2.5 years. Before that I was in product development, and then before that in investor relations and many other things that I've done with my dad.
Okay. So overall you've spent almost a decade in the company.
Almost a decade, and you make me sound really old considering you look 18. Thank you.
Okay, and Sarvesh, you're a couple of years younger than Amrita?
Yeah, I'm 2 years younger than Amrita. I've been working for 6 years in the company, and I started my career in the company in manufacturing, where I spent 2 years in setting up the Patalganga refinery, which was a greenfield project. It was an inland edible oil refinery just outside Bombay, and post which I got training in finance, in supply chain, in HR and IT, in various departments of the company, which was more on the corporate side. And post that, for the past 2 years, I've been working in the branded business of the company, developing the company's brands.
Which has become more and more of a thrust for the company. When you guys started, what was the turnover of the company when you came in?
You know, actually, let me take you a decade back. Before I started, the company, the IPO, we had the IPO in 1986, and the turnover of the company was 6 crores. So 6 crores to 12,000 crores has been a huge leap for Ruchi Soya. And from 6 crores, yes, my dad started off in 1986. But the company started a lot before that, but the IPO was launched in 1986.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a big journey from then to now, and now over the years the branded turnover is increasing, and we're bringing down the trading turnover.
So what is, we'll come to the brands, you can talk about the brands.
Sure.
But let's just talk about the bread and butter business for
Yeah.
Ruchi Soya as it stands.
Well, Ruchi Soya is the largest refiner of cooking oil. It's the largest importer of oil in the country. We are the largest we sell the largest quantity of branded cooking oil in the country as well. So that's basically where our bread and butter comes from. We've been growing at the rate of 10 to 12 to 15% for the past 5 to 8 years.
Okay, but you actually import palm oil, right?
We import crude palm oil, yes. And then we refine it and we sell it in packaged form in the country.
Is that your largest volume?
It is the largest, it's the largest selling edible oil brand under the name of Ruchi Gold.
Okay,
Yeah.
And that's okay. And what about the soya?
Nutrela Soya is our oldest brand. It's been around for the 25 plus years in the country. And I think Sarv can elaborate more on that.
Okay.
Nutrela is our flagship brand today, and it's in 2 categories. One is soya food, and the second category is edible oils. And in these 2 categories, there are a whole range of variants and products that are available today in the market.
Is this your main plant, your main unit?
We are in Manglia, which is our largest and the oldest factory of the group, and it was commissioned in 1972. And it continues to be the largest and the oldest factory.
So this is
the refined soybean oil.
This is the Nutrela Soya refined soybean oil, which you can buy from the retail stores.
how many units across the country sort of process this oil, etc.?
Well, Ruchi Soya has 18 units across the country, and some of the units are crushing units, some of the units are refining units.
Okay.
So Nutrela is processed in a few of them. We have, under Nutrela, we have various brands. Besides soya, we have sunflower, we have rice bran, we have groundnut,
Mustard.
and whatever
Palm.
else. So we're expanding this brand and taking it away from now just being a soya foods brand to an edible oils brand, because we think that the brand is strong enough to now stand for nutrition and health.
But basically, Ruchi Soya is a commodities business at this point. I mean, you're moving more and more towards being a branded player, but still the bulk of your turnover comes from trading, right?
Yes.
Well,
Manufacturing, okay, and trading, because, go ahead.
well, our company started off as a commodities trading company, and then we got into packaging of the commodities, and then we have now, for the past 10 years, we've been focusing aggressively on converting our commodities into brands, and I think we've been very successful at it, because our branded business has been growing over 40% every year.
Over 40%.
Yeah. Ruchi Soya is growing. The growth rate for the past 5 years has been about 12 to 15%, and the branded growth has been over 40%. So you can see, like, the focus is now on building the branded.
So that your margins go
Yeah,
up.
definitely. That's one of the things that we're doing to improve our margins,
Okay.
is build our branded portfolio.
So these are the Nutrela soy chunks, right? The
Right.
food part of your business.
It's the food part of our business. Yeah.
Okay. And it can be used for what and where?
These can be cooked in any kind of preparation that you want. You can make South Indian, North Indian food. That's the magic of this product. It's so versatile. It absorbs the flavor and the taste of whatever spices or
and it
style
gives
you
you
cook
the
it in.
protein that a vegetarian would need.
Right. This has about 45% protein, higher than meat, higher than milk. So on and so forth, 100% vegetarian.
When did you start this? When did you start the soya chunks?
I think this product is over 20 years old now.
Okay.
Right. And
But has it become more popular in the last 5
yes, this
years?
product is, this category for us is growing at about 30% every year.
And your entire Nutrela brand is how big?
Nutrela total brand is, I would say it's about 600 crores today.
600 crores.
Right.
And that includes the oils,
Yeah,
the food.
it includes basically the soya food and cooking oils.
How do you sort of scientifically define soy as a part of everyday diet? Why? Why would you want to have it as a part of everyday diet?
Well, besides milk, soya is the only source of vegetarian protein which has all 9 amino acids. Makes it a complete protein and essential for the growth in humans.
But what would you
and
say to
nutrition.
the skeptics or to the guys who come out with theories and done
You know,
it?
something as basic as in Asia, so as besides India, it's been around for thousands of years, and we know that they're doing fine.
Huge tank-like looking thing is full of seeds, right?
It's full of soybean seed, yeah.
That is full of soybean seeds. So
And it probably gets emptied every 4 days, so.
This is not a one-time soya crop.
every 4 days.
Yeah.
It's just a temporary storage. We have something which is 4 times bigger on the other
that
side of the
side.
factory, 2 of them.
Ruchi Soya crushes more than 2 million tons of seeds, and we refine. We make 1.4 million tons of cooking oil every year. So, as you can, India is a big country. We need a lot of oil.
Yeah. This massive quiet warehouse. This is part of Ruchi Infra, right?
Yes,
Which
it
is your
is.
other listed company.
Yes, it is. Associate company of Ruchi Soya.
Okay. 1,200 crores
Yep.
is the size
Yep.
of that company. What does it do?
It's one of the leading agri-infrastructure companies in the country, and we store liquid and dry cargo.
Okay. And this is a different type of warehouse, though.
Yeah, it's actually one of the state-of-the-art warehouses where the capacity is about, we can store up to 12,000 tons, and it's over a 50,000 square feet in size. And it's a very new warehouse. We have 22 such warehouses in Madhya Pradesh, and we're looking now to expand it. In the future. We are still looking, well, the reason we have it in Madhya Pradesh right now is because it's the soya belt of the country, and also more than 70% of population is rural, and agriculture is the main business of Madhya Pradesh. And we found out that 5% of the crop is generally wasted, so because of improper storage. Hence, we build these warehouses that we can store.
So farmers from all over MP store in your warehouse?
Well, not yet. It's a new project, but soon we will be storing, besides soya, other crops like wheat and cotton and whatever else.
Yeah. So it's not just an in-house thing?
No, no. There will be captive consumption of Ruchi Soya, but also we're open to any third party.
Your parents and 2 more siblings.
Right.
And so, if you could just elaborate on that.
Age order?
Yeah.
Okay, there's me. There's Sarvesh.
Yeah.
There's my younger brother Ankesh,
Yeah.
who lives in Singapore. And there's my younger sister Amisha, who is just finished the 10th standard in
They're
Bombay.
both studying right now.
Okay, so it's a pretty large family. You guys are very close, right?
Very
Very
close,
close,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah. You just got married recently.
I did.
But unlike Mumbai families, you guys all still live together.
Right.
Is that like just sort of culture that you've been brought up with?
I would say yes. I think, we are a close-knit family, and I would definitely like to live with my parents.
Do you guys work on projects together, or do you have very separate roles in the company?
I think the way the business is designed, we all have separate responsibilities and separate businesses to look after.
Okay.
And I think that's just the way the structure is, and it's been
You know, our
planned.
dad's been pretty smart about that, because he knows us as people and he knows what works and what doesn't work. So given that Sarv he's a people's person, he likes marketing, he likes brand building, he's interested in that, so that's his portfolio. And I'm not as much of a people's person as him. I don't have as much patience as him, so business development works better for me. Yeah.
In terms of seniority though, you are senior.
Yes, actually not, because we work in different departments. So in my department, I'm senior, and in his department, he's the senior.
But you don't report to her in any
No,
way?
we don't have...
both of you report to your father?
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Is it still a family-run business?
It used to be maybe like 15 years ago, but since Ruchi has been evolving and it's becoming more professionalized, it's not necessary that someone who's born in the family will get a ready-made job in Ruchi Soya. You have to prove yourself merit-wise, and then you'll get a job.
But at the end of the day, if you didn't want to be in the company, there are enough professionals running it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah?
My dad made sure of that.
I mean, a good way to see it would be it's more family managed than run now, and we're moving in that direction.
Okay.
Right.
But neither of you have bought positions yet, right?
No. Not
But
yet.
despite being in the company for so many years.
Yeah.
So clearly you really have to earn your
Yeah.
For sure.
stripes.
Yes, why not?
I mean, your personalities seem to be similar yet different.
Yeah.
For my working style, I would say I am very systematic, very process-driven. I like things to be organized, As far as employees go, I treat employees as my friends, and then I treat them employees after that. And I believe that, a responsibility as a promoter is to make the working environment a fun place to be, and people should look forward to working.
And in fact, and you're quite approachable, right? Or not?
Yeah, I'm quite approachable. I'm a little more laid back at work.
Yeah.
I am not the militant boss. I don't.
Unlike you.
He can be at
I was
times.
just
I
waiting
get
for that
scared.
question.
I get scared at work
I
sometimes.
got scared a bit through this
I
interview.
have to make an
Yeah.
appointment with my brother during work hours to meet him. He's never free to meet me. He's never a phone call away.
I don't think that's true.
And that's despite being younger. Wow.
I'm very
Can you
time
imagine?
based. I like schedules. You know, I like meetings on time.
He sends me emails at work from his room to my room.
What happens if, 10 years down the line, you get married and your younger siblings come into the business, they have spouses that have different agendas, etc. Is there provision for that? I mean,
Spouses working in the family business.
spouses working in the family business, if someone wants a split, I mean, or do you not even envision that sort of thing happening in the family?
I think I don't think we have envisioned it so far.
No, we haven't, because he just got married in November, so we haven't come to that as yet.
So far, so good.
So far, it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good question, though, I must say.
Investors are quite worried about margins when it comes to Ruchi Soya. They're not worried about the scale or the
Right.
management, but they're worried about margins because
Yeah.
that's taking a while to sort of.
But this is why we're getting into businesses like this, whether
Yeah.
it's plantations or it's newer segments like mustard oil, which has
Yeah.
higher margins.
Yeah.
Then we're looking at to improve productivity, better capacity utilization.
And across the value chain, we're looking
Yeah.
at improving efficiencies.
Yeah.
So in order to improve our margins
And
over a period of time.
bigger thrust on the branded portfolio. That's one big thing that we're looking at.
Yeah, correct.
Right, which
Yeah.
I'm
So
spearheading right now.
Yeah.
And at this point is about 25, over 30%.
Over 30%
Over
of our
30%
turnover.
of our total turnover is coming from our branded sales.
What about your other siblings?
Mhm.
What if they don't decide to get into the business? What if your younger sister doesn't decide to get into the business?
My younger sister does not, I don't think, wants to get into the business. That's what she says. She wants to explore the world and try many new things, so there's no compulsion of any sort.
And you are a Marwari family
Yeah.
and quite conservative, right?
You have to tell me what your definition of conservative is, because it differs from person to person.
Meaning there's a difference between boys and there's a difference between
Actually in
boys
my
and girls,
family,
right?
not so much, because I'm working in the company, and so is Sarv. I went to study abroad, so did Sarv.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done everything that Sarv has done.
Right. I think it's my dad's really
Yeah.
modern and forward-looking in his, in his
In this
thinking.
aspect, for sure.
And
Yeah.
I would not say that girls have had, she has had as much opportunity as I've
Yeah.
had.
Okay, so what would you say is the favorite aspect about this business to you, both of you? Let's start with you.
I
Sarvesh.
think I've studied international marketing in the US, and somehow or the other, how things shaped up. I saw this opportunity in my company to really build big brands and unlock a lot of value for the company and the entire business. And I think I'm really passionate about this journey that I have started now. And I think it's great. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing right now.
And Amrita, would you ever think of doing something else? Are you interested in? Have you ever
uh,
thought of any other?
When I graduated from college, I wanted to do something with my psychology degree.
Yeah.
After that, a few years ago, I dabbled in publishing for some time. Then every now and then I think about doing something in the fashion space. But I think that end of the day, I have not taken all that too seriously, because I think I enjoy what I do here. And I'm allowed to take risks. My dad is a risk taker. So he allows me to try new things.
How do you stay so skinny, both of you? Do you eat all your products, like the health products?
We need to stay skinny, because who's going to buy healthy products from obese promoters?
Is she like the mother hen of the lot?
I would say Amrita being the eldest, she plays a very good role of the mother hen. So I would say yes, we do all look up to her for sure.
But I'm actually a mother to even my father. So it's not just the four of them, I'm a mother to everybody.
And now your new sister-in-law.
Yes, so now I have a...
She has this really good quality about her that's comforting, and she's a good listener, and her advice is great.
Who's more flashy of the two? Let's
He
put it
is.
that way. Really?
Yes, for sure. People think on the contrary, but actually he's more flashy.
Yeah, well, I hope
If
you
you say so.
continue to stay this close for many, many years to come. It's refreshing to see, and work in business together. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thank you
Devna.
very much.
Thank you.